Hello everybody, it's Tango here, and today I'm going to be playing Fernbus Coach Simulator, which is a new game by TML Studios. It simulates the company called Fernbus from Germany. They're a fairly new coach company, but they're also probably the biggest one in Germany now, and they're expanding all over Europe. They actually just brought Megabus's Europe operations, so they're pretty big. I'm going to dive straight in, because I tried recording this before and the game crashed midway through and I can't be bothered to do all the talking again. So I'm going to go with career because I wanted to be able to do route creation. I created a route last time to show you how it works. I'll just show you how you add routes. You literally just go into a new route and then you click on the stops. So in this case I decided to go via Leipzig, I think that's how you pronounce it, Leipzig, and then to Halle. Let's hope that's how you pronounce it. And you set a route number and a route name, and then you click save, and then that's the route created. So it's fairly easy to create a route. And then you get to pick which coach you want to drive. So they've got this one, which is triaxle, or just the standard one. I think I'm going to go with the standard one today, because I'm driving without a steering wheel, and I don't know how good I'm going to be at that. Oh, customise. Oh, of course you get to set a license plate. Well, of course going to do that. You also get repaints as well, so the community is making repaints at the moment. So, I'm going to do dynamic weather with the time being midday, because that's roughly what it is now, and we'll leave the difficulty on realistic. Let's go. The loading screen takes quite a long time, so I'll cut to the start of the game.
2 hours later.
Okay, so let's join our bus. Here we have the MAN Lion City coach. I always find the start of this game to feel a bit like DayZ, because everything's, slightly blurry. You can see how the textures are kind of blurred a bit until you actually get up close. And of course you've got the birdsong in the background. Everything just feels a bit like DayZ. But I digress. Here's our coach. Let's open the door. We're in the depot at the moment, and this is in Berlin. Berlin is actually probably the only place in Germany I've actually been to and spent any time at. I really like it though. I'd love to explore Germany properly. So let's get in the seat. So, as you can see, we've got a sat-nav in the bottom corner. And we can see that we're 12 kilometers away from our next stop, which is our first stop. Something I find annoying, which I'll show you in a bit, is this sat-nav. I'll explain more about it in a bit, but I like how you can now see the speedometer, which is something that Eurotruck does, and initially this game didn't do, but it does now, which is nice. It also predicts what time you'll get to your first stop, but I don't think that's accurate. I don't know. We'll find out. So, first thing we have to do, it always gives you this guide at the top. I don't know whether you can turn it off or not. I had a brief look, but I don't mind too much because it's just easy to not have to remember. So I'm going to activate the destination display. As you can see, it shows our route number and where we're going. We're going to Halle via Potsdam and Leipzig. And we are route 69X because I am super immature. But I mean, it's my first video. How can I not do that? So there you go. There's me. Hello. And our route number. So, oh wait, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say Leipzig as well, but I don't care. Also, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep pronouncing it Leipzig. So, okay, let's go back inside. So now we need to start the ignition. Of course, that's not the engine, that's just the electrics. And then we press and hold E to actually start the engine. This game does have quite nice sounds. We've got to hold the foot brake down and press page up. But I'm not actually going to go anywhere yet, because... Oh yeah, you have to press the brake in order to take the parking brake off as well. Not going to go anywhere yet, because first I want to turn on Wi-Fi and refreshments. I didn't realise you had to turn refreshments on, but whatever. And the toilet. I'm going to give the passengers some lighting and some reading lights. And this is the announcement button, we won't touch this yet. But we also need to turn on the passenger passenger information display. There we go. Alright, door controls are here. We need some aircon as well. I'm going to turn that down to 21 degrees. And I think that's everything set up. Yeah, that's fine by me. So now we press and hold the brake and press the spacebar to take the brake off. Now we accelerate. Cool. So I'm using keyboard steering today. I promise I'd have a mouse. Also, mouse is for looking around when you're in keyboard mode. I don't know how I feel about the turning camera, because when you turn the steering wheel, the camera turns with it. And don't know how I feel about that, because you know, if I'm using this to look around, I don't want it to also be looking around when I'm doing the steering. You can turn it off, so it's not a problem. How do I indicate? That is... Ooh, don't know what I just did. Okay. I've completely forgotten how to do the indication. Don't need it. Let's go. You see what I mean about the camera turning? Because that's only partially me. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I can see why people want it, but I don't. There's lots of traffic. This is something they're working on fixing. There's always a lot of traffic around, even though the streets are fairly short. Because these, I don't know whether these cities are laid out how they are in real life, but whether they are or not, it's all to scale. So they have the issue of like really short connecting roads, and they cause a lot of traffic. So also, I didn't even look at the sat-nav before I set off. I probably should have, but it's okay, we're going the right way. So what I was talking about with the sat-nav earlier, you can see how we've got a junction coming up, but until you actually get close enough to the junction that it's kind of too late to change lanes. In this case it's not, because the traffic's not too bad right here, but you can see how it sort of, instead of showing you where you should be going, it shows you what track you should be on, and I guess that's because of the way they've programmed the AI to follow road tracks. But I mean, in this case I have to be in the right lane or the right track, but I wouldn't have known that until I got to the junction, so it may have been too late if I was in the other lane. And it's just kind of, it's a bit weird. I've not seen this done before, having it so that the lanes are split. And I think it's because of the way they programmed it. I don't mind too much, but it would be nicer if it just kind of showed you the road, because this junction doesn't look like it does on there in real life. So, sorry, not in real life, in the virtual. Oh god, this is going to get confusing. Real life, virtual life, not the sat-nav essentially. And I still don't know how to indicate. I probably ought to look that up. I'll do it once we're stopped. Alright, so I really don't know where I'm supposed to go here. I know where I'm meant to end up, but there's so many different... Like, the sat-nav says go hard right over there. Nah, it doesn't matter. Oh. Keyboard controls. Let's go for the exterior. Oh, no, let's not. Ooh. Okay, that's good for me. Gonna go into neutral and turn the engine off. Cool. Am I in neutral? Where's the gears? Does it have gears? I'll be fine. Oh, that means the aircon's turned off. Maybe I should... I like that it like clicks and stuff when it's cooling down, but right now I don't want it to be cooling down. I want the engine to be on. Oh, there we go. Ignition. Oh, I'm in reverse. There we go. Right. Oh, my aircon's gone weird again. Hang on. We want it on 21. Okay, cool. Right, fine. We're all good now. Everything's fine. Let's let some passengers on. Oh, the other thing is the mouse doesn't actually move until you like right-click or click, which is a bit weird. Hello, door. Hello, door. Still some bugs in this game, but the creators have actually been really good in releasing bug fixes and new features like every week, which is pretty good. So, right, let's check some passages in.
Hello, ist das gültig?
Oh, I need to log into the system. This is kind of silly. I can see what they're doing, but it just kind of wastes time. That's fine. Right, this is where the game crashed last time, actually. So let's say about this name again. Let's check him in. What's your name? Alex Bauer. Are you on my list? You are on my list. You go to Potsdam? That's okay. You're fine.
Danke.
Bitteschön.
Servus, Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen.
Ja, ich werde dein Ticket sehen. Ja. Okay. Diana Eggert. You are on my list.
Ciao.
Cool. This bit takes a bit of time, but that's because I got lots of passages.
Grüezi,
I'm a
hier ist
nice
mein
driver
Ticket.
and everyone likes me. You spoke English. Here's my ticket. That's fine. Emilio Kurz. Yes, you are on my
Danke.
list. You're fine.
Grüezi,
Mein-
hier, mein Ticket.
Diego Rech is... Ooh, not on my list. Where are you going? Halle. Well, we are going that way. Being not on my list. Oh, no, he is. Oh, hell.
Dankeschön.
Cool.
Grüezi,
Hallo.
bitte sehr.
And Jano Forster. You're on my list.
Danke sehr.
Hello.
Hallo.
Hier mein Ticket.
Vivian Röder. No, hang on. Röder? Or is it Röder? Who knows? You are on my list. then,
Danke
so that's
sehr.
all fine.
Mahlzeit, hier ist mein Ticket.
Essen. We ain't going there, mate.
Och nö.
What?
Servus,
nö.
ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Jana Schrader. Ja, du bist richtig.
Ciao.
Mahlzeit, hier ist mein Ticket.
Hier ist dein Ticket. Jaren Schweiger. Ja,
Vielen Dank.
bitteschön.
Hi, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Caroline Bischoff is on my list.
Cool.
Gut.
Moin, das Ticket. Bitteschön.
Leonard Engel to Konstanz. We're not going there. Nein. I'm sorry. No, Vivian, yeah, that's fine.
Mein Fehler.
Yeah, you're bad.
Mahlzeit, ist das gültig?
Jana Sander. You are going to Halle and you're on my
Danke
list.
sehr.
Sehr freundlich. Aber nein, danke.
Okay.
Hallo, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Mathilde Strauss. Yes. Ja.
Cool.
Das ist cool.
Ciao, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Potsdam. Why don't you just get the normal bus? That's like literally in Berlin, or get the train or the U-Bahn or something. This coach you have to book. Why would you do that? Gerald Morgenstern. You've got to do that. Stern. And are you on my list? Yes, you are.
Auf geht's.
There you go. Right, who else we got? Anybody else?
Sie
Hello.
bitte? Ach, ich brauche keine
Thank
Hilfe,
you.
danke.
Okay, so the bags are... There's like a bag in there. Fine. Okay, how are we doing for time? Ooh. So, we're currently 5 minutes early because we're leaving at 12:02. Okay. So, we'll wait 3 minutes. Actually, you can click the button, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm actually going to do is start the announcements. This is the super exciting bit.
Hallo und
They
herzlich
speak
willkommen
German,
bei
and then they speak
Flixbus.
English. I
Wir
think they speak
freuen uns,
English.
dass
I
ihr
don't
an
remember.
Bord seid und wir gemeinsam unser heutiges Reiseziel ansteuern.
Let's do a little walk
Bevor
around the
wir richtig
bus.
in Fahrt kommen, hier ein paar
Nice
Hinweise.
plush leather seats.
Auch
I wouldn't
bei
mind
uns
travelling one of these
höchsten
coaches.
gesetzlichen
Lens
Anstalten.
flare, typical.
Bitte schnallt euch deshalb während der gesamten
Alright. So everything's fine. We don't have that many passengers yet. This is actually busier than the average National Express load though. For those of you in the UK. Not as busy as Megabus usually get. But Megabus is like super cheap. And to be fair, as far as I know, this is pretty cheap as well. Okay, yeah, I'm bored of the guy talking. Let's go. Let's skip. Oh, I probably should have checked how to indicate as well. Actually, let's quickly do that. So, vehicle. Indicator up, X and Y, of course. Typical. That's just yeah. That's how everyone does it. Nah, that's fine. X and Y. Okay, so now it's 12:01. We've got to wait 1 minute, and then we can start ride. Oh, he's still talking. Ah, oh, damn! They fixed that bug. I like the bug where you can just make him stop talking. Anyway, let's close the door. I don't remember how to close the door using the keyboard, so I'm going to do it with this. And where's the time?
Holt euch einfach unsere App
Do I have a
und
clock?
profitiert von exklusiven
Oh, of course, it's on the sat nav thing. Anyway, it's time to go. Let's go.
Auf flixbus.de stehen täglich brandaktuell alle Infos und Städteverbindungen für euch bereit. Natürlich wollen wir unseren Service ständig
I
weiter
also have to be careful of my speed
Für
limit.
Feedback zu
Of
eurer
my speed,
Fahrt
because there are
nutzt
speed
bitte den
limits.
Fragebogen, den wir euch per E-Mail zuschicken. Wir danken für eure Aufmerksamkeit und wünschen eine entspannte Fahrt und viel Spaß an
I
Bord
haven't yet
bei
decided how
Flixbus.
much I like this game, because like it's
Hello
alright.
and welcome to Flixbus. We're glad to have you on
Like, there's
board
still
and that
things
we
that
can
annoy
get
me.
you to
It's
your
a lot better than
favorite
TML's
destination
other
today.
games. So I've got
Before we
their
set
bus
off,
simulator
we would
games.
like to share some
I actually bought
information
one
about the
and just
journey.
was so disappointed with it that
The
I
wearing of seatbelts is
had to get a
compulsory
refund
on
on it.
board the bus.
But one of their
Therefore,
other ones was
please
fine.
keep your seatbelt fastened
When
throughout
I'm
the
driving buses, I
entire
prefer
journey.
the mechanics of
In the seat
OMSI,
pocket in front
and
of
I don't
you,
know why.
You will find our information card containing further
This is
safety
nice, and with a steering wheel, this is
instructions
pretty
and
good.
details
And
of our
even without the
snacks
steering
and
wheel,
beverages.
this particular game
There's
is
a
actually
restroom
alright.
located in the
As
rear
long as
boarding area.
as long as you adhere to the speed
If you
limits.
would like to browse the
Then
internet
even though
free of
sometimes you'll
charge,
still get told off
simply
for the
log
speed.
on to our onboard Wi-Fi network.
I'm
If your
speaking
battery
at the
runs
moment,
out,
actually.
no problem. Many of
There
our
are
seats
times
are
when the
equipped
speed
with
limit
power
changes and they haven't put
outlets, which
signs
are
in,
marked
but
accordingly.
it also doesn't
If you
actually
would like to book
change
your
on the
next
sat
journey
nav
while
screen,
you're on
so
the road, simply
I
download
don't know
our
whether the
app
speed has
onto
actually
your
changed or
smartphone
not
so you can
sometimes.
take advantage
So here's the speed,
of
the speed
our
goes up to
many
80,
exclusive online
and on the sat nav it has
discounts.
gone up to 80, so maybe
For
they've
more
fixed that.
information, simply visit
Who knows?
flixbus.com.
We also have
or
cruise
get in
control,
touch with
which is
us
nice.
on Facebook.
But I'm not going to
Of
use that
course,
yet because we're about to merge
always
onto a
striving
motorway.
to improve our
And,
service. Please use the questionnaire we
Motorway
send you
merging
by
hasn't been
email
done
to
very
give
well.
us
Oh no, they've
feedback about your
actually
journey.
made it work.
You can also use it to share your
Cool.
suggestions,
The
ideas,
cars all used to
and
just bunch up and
requests.
stop.
We are always ready to
And they
assist.
fixed that.
And now, we can finally set off. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a relaxing journey and enjoy traveling
Relaxing
with
journey,
Flixbus.
yes. There are some interesting road layouts like this. Look how the fast lane just kind of stops, and it just causes havoc for everyone else. Oh, we're coming off here. No, that's the wrong way. Oh. Okay, we're all good. And the speed's dropped down to 8. Oh, crap. Yeah, there you
Das
go.
ist ja schlimmer als in einer Wildwasserbahn.
There's a lot to do. I don't think they've actually programmed damage in yet. I don't know, because I'll check later. Actually, I probably won't remember, but it doesn't matter. So we're on our way to Potsdam. I must say, this is a lot easier with the keyboard. I probably wouldn't have had that crash if I was playing with my keyboard. But at the same time, I just need to be more careful. Alright, cool. Let's merge in. Oh, is it getting dark? Oh, it means it's about to rain. Oh no. I don't remember the wiper controls. That's fine. We'll just deal with it. Might be P. It's not P. That's pause. I also have coach tilting on low because I feel like the tilting that they've put in is inaccurate. But I mean, obviously, I don't drive coaches for real, so I wouldn't necessarily know. But I like to think that they don't tilt that much because I would get severely uncomfortable if they did. I mean, I don't get travel sick or anything, but it would just be uncomfortable. So you see how like far we haven't travelled, and that's not because this map's small. This map's pretty big. It's I can't remember exactly what it is compared to Euro Truck, but the scale is bigger than Euro Truck because it's just covering Germany, whereas Euro Truck covers the whole of Europe. So they can afford to make things a bit bigger on here. But we've only travelled to literally the outskirts of Berlin, so that's why it hasn't taken very long. We're changing lanes, and then we're going right. Oh, the light's gone red for us. Alright, well, while I remember, let's check the damage. Ooh. There is no damage. Yes, they haven't done damage yet. That's fine. And I could have done this lane better. Oh, that's fine. We're in it. That's all it is. We're in the lane. So now we just gotta wait for the light. Don't get zooming or anything. Is it time? Probably not. Okay, there's a lot of waiting is going to happen in this video. There we go. I appreciate we're already 25 minutes in. I'll try and keep it fairly short. I mean, most of it's going to be motorway driving, so I might even cut some of it out, depending on whether what I'm talking about is interesting or not. And by the way, I get to choose whether it's interesting. I mean, thing is, you're either here because you like F1, or you're here because there aren't that many simulation channels that actually speak English. So I feel like you don't have much choice. No, I'm not going to say that because I want to be different to the other YouTubers who do bus stuff. Like, because they're really good YouTubers. I just feel like there's a bit too much rambling. And I guess you have no choice but to ramble if you're just driving a bus, because, I mean, there's so much things like sitting at traffic lights, and it's kind of fair enough. But I want to avoid rambling and try and talk about relevant stuff. Oh, we're going left here. Well, even this guy got caught out by the lane problems. There we go. But yeah, I want to try and be a bit more interesting. Maybe I'll do some cuts in the video. We'll see what happens. But it's early days, and we'll see what happens. But I just basically want to provide another source of videos for people who like simulation and don't speak German. And I speak a tiny bit of German, definitely not enough to fully understand the people who do the videos in German, but like I understand how it feels to not speak German, and I want to provide something for those who don't speak it, like most of the English simulation community. Right, let's get this door open. I'm going to go down to neutral. Oh, there's the gear selector. Found it. Okay, the door is open. Let's go and let's do. So the people who are getting off here have all just grabbed their bags and gone. They will eventually be simulated actually getting on the bus, which will be nice. Right,
Salut, das Ticket.
Salut.
Bitteschön.
Wait, that's French. Ah, whatever. You are Helena Bayer, and you are going to Halle. I believe you're on the list.
Cool.
Yep.
Top.
Well, that's lovely. Marlene Hensley. You are going to Halle. Where are we also going? There you are.
Sehr freundlich.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hier ist mein Ticket.
Sunny Bachholz. Yeah. You're on the list.
Danke.
Moin, Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen.
Mariam Schubert. You are on the list.
Auf geht's.
I feel like this is that game show.
Moin,
Can't
fahren
remember what
Sie
it's
in meine
called, but the
Richtung?
one with the guy from DIY SOS. It's just like, that's on the list. That's on the list. That's on the list. The National Lottery one. Ella Harton. You're on the list.
Cool.
Yeah. They've also already dumped all their bags in the coach.
Grüezi, hier ist mein Ticket.
Ada Heinz. What happens to people
Vielen
if
Dank.
they dump their bag on the coach and turn out it's the wrong
Ich
coach?
benötige noch ein Ticket für die
You
Fahrt.
need to buy a ticket. I'm sure we'll have space for you.
Dankeschön.
Yeah.
Tag, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Kim Bauer. It's almost Kim Bauer from 24. If any of you watch 24, you should if you haven't. But yes.
Cool.
on the bus.
Servus.
Hello, mate.
Fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Jesper Bushman. Yes, correct.
Auf geht's.
You don't actually have a ticket number though. It's
Moin, kann ich bei Ihnen ein Ticket kaufen?
yes, you can go to Halle. That's fine.
Sehr freundlich.
Guten Tag, das Ticket. Bitteschön.
What's your name? Arnold. There you are.
Ciao.
Yep. Hello, people. Are you getting on with? No. Okay. Well, let's just have an inspection. So, yeah, no damage modelling yet, which I'm kind of glad of because I do occasionally have incidents. And until recently, the AI was very unpredictable and would just kind of come and smash into you, which was ideal.
Hallo,
Announcement.
willkommen bei Flixbus. Wir
What
freuen
time
uns,
are we
dass
due
ihr
to
an Bord
leave?
seid
12:38. Okay, so in a minute. So we'll just sit
und wir
there.
gemeinsam unser
If you
heutiges
start-
Reiseziel ansteuern.
Yeah.
Bevor
If
wir
you
richtig
start
in
the
Fahrt
ride too
kommen,
early,
hier ein paar
then
Hinweise.
it gives you
Auch bei uns im Bus
a
gilt die gesetzliche
departure time penalty, I think.
Bitte schnallt euch deshalb während
we'll
der
avoid
gesamten Fahrt an. In den
Sorry.
Sitztaschen vor
I know
euch
we're half
findet
an hour
ihr
into
unsere
the video
Bordkarte mit weiteren Sicherheitshinweisen
But our next
und
stop,
Infos
I believe,
zu
is
unserem Snack
Leipzig.
und Getränke an.
According to this. Oh, we're not going to light. Okay, cool.
Eine Toilette
We're going
befindet
straight
sich
to
im
Halle.
hinteren Einstiegsbereich.
Well, there you go. Well, the
Wer
video
kostenlos
will be
surfen will, wählt sich
even
einfach
less
in unser
annoyingly
WLAN-Netz ein.
long.
Unser Reisetipp
But
fürs Internet.
it's fine. You came for a
Schaut doch
simulation
mal auf
video, you're going to
unserer
get a simulation
Facebook-Page
video. I'm
vorbei.
not doing none of this.
Unser Team freut sich riesig über eure
10-minute
Likes und
rubbish.
Nachrichten. Sollte euer Akku zu neigen
It's time to go. Some YouTubers
gehen,
make videos that are
kein
just under 10
Problem.
minutes and
Viele
then just
unserer
pad
Sitze
them
sind
out.
mit Steckdosen ausgestattet
I ain't like
und
that.
entsprechend
I'm
gekennzeichnet.
going to make a video that's
So könnt ihr
legitimately
euer
that long.
Smartphone die gesamte Fahrt über nutzen. Wenn ihr eure nächste
Alright,
Fahrt
let's
auch
go.
gleich mobil buchen wollt, holt euch
So we're
einfach
226
unsere
kilometers away.
App und profitiert von exklusiven Online-Angeboten.
I believe this game's on a scale of 1
stehen
to
täglich
10,
brandaktuell
so
alle
that's
Infos und Städteverbindungen für euch bereit.
23
Natürlich
kilometers.
wollen wir unseren Service ständig
in-game,
weiter verbessern. Für Feedback zu
in
eurer
real
Fahrt
life
nutzt bitte
terms.
den Fragebogen, den
So
wir
I'll
euch
be.
per E-Mail
I
zuschicken.
have no idea how long that'll
Wir
be. Actually,
danken
we're
für
traveling
eure
at 100 kilometers an hour.
Aufmerksamkeit und wünschen eine
So
entspannte
that'll be like
Fahrt und
20,
viel
no,
Spaß
15
an
minutes or
Bord
something.
bei
It's about
Flixbus.
a quarter of that.
Hello and welcome to Flixbus.
We'll find out.
We're glad to have you on board and
I don't
that
think I've
we can
stopped
get
far
you
enough
to
forward. This is fine. Also, I didn't turn my lights on, they seem to be on.
about the journey. The wearing of seatbelts is
fine.
compulsory on board the bus. Therefore, please keep your
I might turn
seatbelt
them on.
fastened
Where's-
throughout the entire journey. In the seat pocket in front of you, you will find
There we
our
go.
information
Got lights on
card
now,
containing
properly.
further safety
Just 'cause.
instructions and details of our snacks and beverages.
Actually,
There's
no, I
a
don't like that.
restroom
Turn it on.
located in the rear boarding area. If you would like to browse
How?
the
How
internet
do I
free
turn
of
it on?
charge,
Oh,
simply
God.
log on to our onboard Wi-Fi network. If your battery runs out,
I have no
problem.
idea what's going on.
Many of our seats are equipped with power outlets, which are marked accordingly.
There we go.
If you would like
That
to
was
book
a
your
fiddle.
next journey while you're on the road, simply download our app onto your smartphone so you can take advantage of our many exclusive online discounts.
Oh yeah, Flixbus
For
has
more
an app.
information, simply visit flixbus.com.
To be fair, Flixbus seems
or
to be
get in
way
touch
better than
with
National
us on
Express, although I
Facebook.
don't like their
Of
colours.
course,
It's not that I
we're
don't like.
always striving
No, it's
to
not that I don't like the
improve our
colours.
service.
I don't like
Please
that they've
use the
used the really
questionnaire
bright lime
we
green on
send
their
you by
website, and
email
it's
to give
impossible
us
to read
feedback
anything.
about your journey.
Or rather, it's just
You can
painful.
also use it to share
But, you know,
your
if
suggestions,
that's what the Germans want,
ideas, and requests.
then that's what they.
We are
that's what
always
they
ready
want.
to assist. And now, we can finally set off. Thank you for
Well,
listening.
we already did.
We hope you have a relaxing
Maybe I was
journey
supposed to play the
and
announcement
enjoy
before I set
traveling with Flixbus.
Yeah. So many traffic lights. I should probably look up the Wi-Fi control because it's probably going to rain at some point because I've got dynamic weather on and it likes to rain a lot. It almost rained earlier and then didn't. Well, you know because you were there, but I mean, normally that going dark means it's about to start raining. And then it didn't, so who knows. Also, at this point, might as well say, if there's any particular games you want me to play, or if you want Delta to play, then let us know. Actually, I should probably also explain why the channel's called TangoDelta. See, we both have the same name, and the only thing that separates us is that one of us has one letter as a D, and the other one, me, has one letter that's a T. That's probably enough information for you to work out our name, but we'll leave that for now. The main thing is, one of us is Delta, and the other one, me, is Tango. Is that the speed camera? It is. Well, that's fine, I ain't speeding. Okay, so here we have a road where you've actually, it just fills the whole, it highlights the whole road on the sat-nav, which is nice. But because you can't change the zoom level of the sat-nav, I have no idea where I'm supposed to be coming off. In this case, I'm in the right lane, so that's alright. That's only by luck. If I had to go straight on there, I'd kind of be screwed. I'd have to cross multiple lanes. Oh, speed limit's 80. I also wish I had my steering wheel. Problem is, I've just moved up to university, and I haven't really unpacked all my stuff yet, so... Oh. Hello. Need to merge in. Oh no, I don't. It's all good. However, traffic does the whole dropping back thing, so it's not all bad. I think the only resolution I can think of for the sat-nav issue, if they won't change, if they won't allow you to change the zoom level, I'm just going to have to pay more attention to the signs. So this says I can go to... hang on, I'm actually turning off. Because the signs do tell you what lanes you have to be in for different directions, but of course then you have to know which way the sat-nav's going to take you, which you can kind of guess based on where you're going. Also, these junctions are weird. They're like they really are in Germany. Like, Germany has some weird junctions like this, but... So there's an exit there, but then if you're planning to go the other way...
Sie haben diesen Film mit Keanu Reeves und Sandra Bullock auch zu oft gesehen.
Thanks. I should probably check. That's fine. So it's like, there's like a parallel road which you go down, and that truck that came off in front of me just literally used it as another lane for the motorway, so... Also, I don't know why he was making a Matrix reference when he was talking about me speeding. I don't get how that works. Anyway. So yeah, weird junctions. But they are fairly accurate as far as I know. Oh, why am I indicating left?
Ich dachte, das ist ein
Oh, I'm
Bus und
speeding
kein
again.
Düsenjet.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to... See, that's the problem. It says 100 at the bottom. It's just inconsistent. And yeah, apologies again for my crappy driving, because I'm not using steering wheel. So I will have some close shaves with the barriers. So now we're 167 kilometers away, so we're almost already halfway there. Well, no, we're more like a third of the way there. And it doesn't take that long to do the driving, as long as you don't miss your exit, because if you do, the next one's usually like 40k up the road in game distance, and that takes a little while to navigate and come back. I think the coach is actually limited to 100 kilometers an hour, so I don't have to worry about speeding here. Looks like we do have some slow traffic up ahead though, which is interesting. This game also has dynamic accidents and incidents, so cars will just randomly flip out or crash into each other and roads will be closed. I'm surprised I haven't seen any road closures yet, because usually it's a lot more frequent than this, but maybe they've toned down the frequency in an update or something. I'm pretty sure that I indicated there. I did press the indicate button. Maybe it just cancelled really early. Or if we got going on over here. Yeah, whatever. More services. I mean, I don't need... Well, maybe I do. Who knows? We're not going very fast. It's fine. When you're going a long way, the game does actually complain... the passengers complain at you if you don't stop at the services, because they like to take a break. But I have no idea how often they like to do that or anything. And I'm assuming that because this is a fairly short journey, they won't want to. And I think it comes up on your report at the end, which you'll see shortly when we arrive at Halle. But yeah, these services have parking and fuel, and I've never been in one, so I don't know like what they look like. I'll probably show you that in a future episode. And this seems to be an alright route, because the road's fairly interesting. I mean, they've done the scenery quite nicely, actually. The scenery is kind of on par with Eurotruck, maybe? Or at least on the motorways. Steering...
Was für ein Seegang ist das?
Sorry. If you'd like me to go direct racing line around the bends, then I can, but you'd probably prefer me to actually follow the lanes. I think the other traffic would as well. And also, because it's a German game, some of the translations are a bit off, like steering misbehaviour, which is perfectly understandable. I just mean that, like, certain phrases are not quite as we would actually say them in English. Like, for example, steering misbehaviour, we'd probably actually say, actually, I don't know, what would we say? Yeah, I don't know what we'd say. No, I'm fine with steering misbehaviour. I think the issue is that with the steering misbehaviour phrase, it's not specifically that misbehaviour is the wrong word, it's just, I don't think that's kind of how you'd lay out the phrase, if you know what I mean. I don't think you'd say steering something. I think what it would be something else. But because I'm currently driving and focusing on controlling this using just a keyboard, I'm unable to think about what I would say. Oh, we're getting close to that barrier. Let's go back into the middle lane. I might as well go into the left lane. No, hang on. We're in Germany, it's the right lane. Okay, right. I'm really being put off by this X and Y, because not only are they not the usual combination, they're in completely different places on the keyboard, and actually Y is to the right of X on the keyboard, and yet Y does the left indicator. So I need to change that. I need to change my key bindings. Normally I'd be using a steering wheel, so I haven't set up my key bindings for keyboard. Yeah, so it's on Unreal Engine, which is why the graphics are quite nice. Well, I say nice, they're alright. Better than OMSI. So I can... what?
Hast du den Blitzer gesehen?
I mean, I didn't see a speed sign.
Hast du den Blitzer gesehen?
Never mind, good one. It's difficult when... I imagine it's difficult making a game like this, where just barely anyone's going to buy it compared to the big games. So I completely appreciate that things like graphics aren't going to be as good to start with because they've got less time, but I've been really impressed with how the devs have been releasing updates really regularly and just making sure everything's working. Because even though when it released it was kind of a bit buggy and there was a bunch of stuff that needed work, roundabout. I haven't done one of these before. Okay. And by the way, I can drive in real life. But of course I drive in the UK, so different side of the road. Oh gosh. Anyway, here we are at Halle bus station. I think we're quite close to the airport.
Da kann sich die Bahn echt mal ein Beispiel nehmen.
I can't tell whether that was a compliment. Right, what I'm going to do, before I open the door, I'm going to play with this button. Oh yeah. I have individual wheel control as well, which is nice, but don't need that. Okie dokie. Let's let everyone off the bus. Oh no, I have to open the door first, don't I? Pretty sure there's a keyboard shortcut for it, but I didn't check earlier. Okay, so they'll all get off. I don't know why they stand on the benches, but whatever. You can all have your baggage now. Yeah, it was a pretty decent load as well. I probably should have looked at it. That's fine. We've also got this door here, which is difficult to get out of, but there's no sound. The crossbar, well, the window bar is there, and you sort of glitch through it. That's fine. Alright, so that's that. They've all got off. I don't think there's anything else I have to do now. Yeah. Yeah, this just says just be there. So I'm going to log out, and then it should take me to this screen. So here we go. Okay. Passengers transported, all of them. Tickets sold, all of them. Stops completed, yay, all of them. That doesn't normally happen. I think it's been a bug there. Contacted Central. I mean, I didn't do that, but okay. Refueling, didn't need to. Ran not out of fueling. Devs, if you're watching, ran out of fuel, or didn't run out of fuel. It would be a better way of putting that. Service, everything's fine. Aircon, oh, maybe I didn't have the right temperature. Yes, maybe it just wasn't the right temperature when everyone got on, or something. Traffic rules, radar control, that's speed. I mean, I definitely had a crash, but okay. Driving behaviour. No, I'm pretty sure I had a crash. So this is when cars slow down randomly in front of you. It's like the chevron thing. Yeah, so I got some XP. I don't know what the XP actually does, but yeah. I don't think it unlocks any coaches or anything. So that's the end. Thank you for watching. This has been the Fernbus Coach Simulator, and oh, there's a leaderboard now, and I'm actually on it. I know I'm 4,000 places down, but whatever. So that's Fernbus Coach Simulator. Sorry, Fernbus Coach Simulator. Flixbus is a brand of that, and I quite like it now. Now that a lot of the bugs have been fixed and the AI doesn't ignore traffic lights and doesn't crash into you and stuff, it's a pretty good game. I don't know whether I'd recommend it at the current price. I mean, if you can find it just below the current price, I think that's where it's at. It's almost there. It's so close. I think there's just little bits that annoy me. I don't know what they're going to fix. And things like the motorways with the lanes suddenly disappearing and sort of turning. I know it's a thing of scale, but that definitely needs fixing. It's a shame we didn't have any of the dynamic incidents today, or roadworks. Hopefully in a future video one of them will happen. I will do more videos on this. But for now, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.
Gotta bring change from the inside out. Gotta stand up, lift our voice and shout.